All right, guys. I'm gonna get started. Can everyone hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Cool. Um, well, thank you guys for taking the time to be here tonight. This is the first of many home seller education classes that we're looking to roll out this year. My name is Gordon Stein. I'm a local real estate agent, investor, and get a little bit more about myself on the next couple slides. But we have some really good goals tonight and some topics that we're going to go over. I want this to be an interactive event, so if anyone has questions about anything specifically, feel free to either raise your hand and call on you, or just unmute yourself and speak up and interrupt. That's perfectly fine. So the meat and potatoes of this evening is going to be kind of the following here. We're going to spend some time talking about getting your house ready for sale. We're going to talk about some techniques regarding storage and moving things and making repairs, staging properties, media, floor plans, photos. Talk to you about some of your options if you don't want to sell right now, maybe you want to sell in the future. What are your options? What are you looking at doing? We're going to go through some market trends, what's going on in the real estate market today. The market obviously is changing. Interest rates are different than they were a year ago. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? What are sellers seeing in today's market? And we're going to go through some other things as well. Financing a new purchase of a house, if you need to sell your current house and buy another one. So we'll dive right in. So who am I? My name is Gordon. I have lived in Philadelphia for a little over 15 years. Right now, live in Lower Gwinnett with my wife and two boys. I have two sons, both under the age of 4. Go into the city almost every day, but we do a lot of business out here in the suburbs. So we are just down the road from Springhouse, essentially Ambler mailing address, but Lower Gwinnett Township. I specialize in selling houses. I've been doing this for pretty much my entire career. We do a lot of sales in the city and the suburbs. That's where we really specialize in. We're licensed in New Jersey, but majority of the business we do and the expertise we provide is all Philadelphia's suburban areas and downtown Philadelphia. In addition to being a real estate agent, we have experience, my wife and I, in renovating properties, building new construction, investing in properties, and we are also landlords. We have our own rental portfolio. Some fun stuff about myself and my wife is we both love trying new restaurants. We're huge foodies, love craft beer, and I love traveling and taking trips to anywhere I can essentially go, but do like traveling the world and visiting other countries. Who is Compass? Who is I Love Philly Homes? So Compass is the real estate brokerage that we work at. Compass is #1 brokerage in the US, I believe, these days. It's gaining a lot of market share out here in the Ambler area. We have a huge market share in Philadelphia, and it is the company that we work out of. It's the real estate company. You may have heard of other companies such as Keller Williams or Coldwell Banker or Remax. Well, Compass is that company. I Love Philly Homes is the team that I run. I run a team of other realtors and other agents that are a part of our team to provide the best customer service experience possible to our clients. We have unique value propositions. We have unique strategies that help all of our seller and buyer clients achieve their real estate goals. And we have an immense network of contractors, vendors, et cetera, that we help all of our clients work with. So also tonight, I have Ross, who is a member of our team, and also Kevin Luchko here with Movement Mortgage. Kevin is one of our preferred mortgage lenders that we work with. We also have Christian Delgazo. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make the event tonight, but Christian is our preferred title contact. I'd like to just open up the floor to Kevin real quick, if you want to give a quick intro, Kevin, regarding kind of the services that you provide.
Sure. My name is Kevin Luchko. Of course, I work for Movement Mortgage. I've been there for a little bit over a year. Been in the industry for 13 years. We're one of the largest lending teams in the Philadelphia tri-state market, primarily working with first-time home buyers, move-up buyers, single family to 4 units, PA, New Jersey, Delaware, and Florida. I've been working with Gordon for 7 or 8 years. I've had amazing partnership. Clients are always happy with the transaction when the two of us are working together, and Ross as well. I'll be on if you have any additional questions until the end.
Thank you, Kev. I appreciate you joining tonight. So part of what we do in our business, let me just make sure I'm on the right slide here. Perfect. Part of what we do in our business is we really earn, or we strive to earn a client for life. It is the most important thing is building a relationship with every client we help. We are here to help you understand this real estate process, give you advice, and be your consultant throughout the entire transaction. We are here to really, really earn this relationship for life. And our values are kind of listed here. I mean, the most important thing to us and our team is to always do the right thing no matter what. We treat others with respect. We're constantly learning, and we're constantly working as hard as possible for our clients, but we're also enjoying life. We really play hard as well. When you work with our team, we are experts in real estate. We've been doing this for a very long time. You get our genuine knowledge of the marketplace, along with all of our consulting for all of the years. The proofs in the numbers, we've been doing this for a while, and just in the past year alone, we sold close to 70 houses. We have close to 120, probably more, 5-star Zillow reviews at this point. So feel free to take a look at our bio online. Let's talk about the real estate market. It's a common question that comes up if you ever meet a real estate agent. The number one question is, how's the market, right? How's the real estate market doing? Well, it really depends. What do you want to know? Does anyone have specific questions that they want to talk about? Anything specifically about the market? If so, raise your hand. Let's talk about it. I will say the market's looking up. Rates recently went down. I think the spring market is going to be great, but real estate is a geographic game. It's very geographic based as to what markets are doing better than others. The suburban markets are doing better than the city or urban markets because of the inventory shortage. It's really economics 101. There is still a lack of supply of real estate or properties for sale in the suburban markets, but the demand is still there, even with rates increasing. So the markets in suburban areas are still very, very attractive to be a seller right now. Most sellers are selling their property quite quickly for asking price, close to asking price, or still above asking price. The city is a little bit different of a story. Regarding mortgage applications, refinances, and interest rates, historically, they are down a little bit, but they're coming back. Rates are definitely up from where they were a year, 2 years ago, especially during the pandemic. Rates today are below 6%, which is encouraging. We've seen an influx of buyers getting off the sidelines to take advantage of rates dropping recently. Supply and demand really leads the market. I mean, it's really economics. Real estate is also based off inflation in terms of how the market does. But we're still seeing properties sell for multiple offers, especially out in the suburbs. We're still seeing clients waiving home inspections and doing other things on the buying side, which makes it a great time to sell as a seller. Even in the city, depending on where your property is listed and the neighborhood and the price point, the city markets are still very attractive right now. There's buyers that are getting out there. They want to buy, but there's a little bit more supply in certain areas than others. So when really is the best time to sell? Does anyone know when they should sell their house? There's a seasonality to the real estate market. The seasonality of when the best time to sell traditionally is spring market, summer market, and fall. The market typically picks back up around March timeframe, and then it goes pretty strong until the summer, when everyone goes to the beach, and then it slows down a little bit around July 4th. And once people get back from their vacations and traveling over the summer, the market does pick back up in the fall, and then traditionally slows down come winter time and the holidays. That's the seasonality of the market, but we're seeing some infrequent and unusual things, especially with the pandemic and some of the shortages in the inventory available of houses. So if you want to sell your house and you have no idea what your house is worth, we would conduct what's called comparative market analysis for you. We would show you what your property is worth in today's market based off of what other properties that have recently sold in your neighborhood nearby that are similar in size, conditions, bedrooms, and bathrooms. And we would put together a very professional report for us to evaluate together and talk to you about your strategies. Interest rates, believe it or not, do affect the market. With rates going down, the market is only going to get better. And I believe that throughout the rest of this year into the summer, we're going to see rates go down further. There's also different strategies as a seller here in terms of what your goals are. Do you as a seller want the highest price? You want the quickest sale, stress-free as is? Or do you want to go out and try and get the highest price? This is all relative to time. A lot of times, as you can see on the charts here, the higher you try and price your property, maybe pricing it a little bit more on the upper end of market value, it may take some more time to sell versus pricing it at market value or below. It may sell a little bit quicker. The number of weeks on the market is important too. We have seen days on market pick up in the most recent real estate cycle this year, but they're still historically very low. In the suburbs, most properties are still selling within a week or two, if not less, of being on the market. So competitive pricing is everything. You don't want to overprice your house, even in a low inventory market. All right, so this is an interesting topic to talk about. We work with a lot of sellers that have a lot of their equity or cash stuck in their house, but they want to buy a new home. And that question comes up quite frequently. I need to sell my house before I can buy a new one. So that is what we call a home sale contingency. There's some positives to that, and there's some negatives to having a home sale contingency. Depending on where you're moving and how competitive the market is going to be on the purchase side, having a home sale contingency protects you as a buyer. So it ensures your current house sells before you're required, or essentially legally required, to have to close on a new house, because you need the funds from your settlement to be able to close on your new home. A lot of times the sellers on the other side of the transaction, on the seller side, receiving an offer with that home sale contingency, don't necessarily want to see that. It's just more red tape. There's a possibility that a buyer can get out of the deal closer to when the property is actually supposed to settle. So what are some creative ways that we can help our sellers buy a new house, get to the next phase of their life without having to sell their current home? We can educate you, and the goal tonight is to educate you on the different creative financing options, whether it's a bridge loan, a home equity line of credit, or there's something that you can also utilize where you would essentially be able to afford both mortgage payments and to qualify for a new purchase. When your current house sells, you can also use some of that money to put down towards the principal of the new mortgage. I'm going to have Kevin just jump in here real quick with Movement Mortgage. Kevin, would you mind talking about some of the kind of unconventional or creative kind of bridge financing options, or even the recasting of a mortgage real quick, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so most time I hear people say, I need to get like a bridge loan as an option. And a bridge loan is a short term loan used to bridge the gap between buying a home and selling your previous one. Sometimes you want to buy before you sell. I mean, you don't have the profit from the sale to apply to your new home's down payment, so you're thinking bridge loan. Problem with the bridge loan is not many institutions offer it. It also could be a little bit more pricey. Sometimes like points involved, because it's such a short time period that the lender wants to make money in some shape or form. So we see bridge loan probably the least amount as the option. The more common options we're seeing, especially over the last couple of years, is one, doing a HELOC on your current primary residence. Most financial institutions will allow for a HELOC up to 90% combined loan to value on your first mortgage, plus your second home equity line of credit to the value of your home. So let's just say property is worth $1 million. Your first mortgage is $500,000. You could take a home equity line of credit up to $400,000. Use that as the down payment for your next home, and then when your house sells, you can pay off that first and second lien, which would be that home equity line of credit. A more popular one we're seeing more and more of, as long as you do qualify holding both, is the recast of a mortgage. Not all lenders offer this, but we do. A recast is, say you don't have a large down payment for the next home, um, but you wanted to put a small down payment down. You could do that on the next purchase, and then eventually, when you do sell your home, use that. There's additional funds you get to pay down the principal. Now, if you don't do a recast, all it does is just allows your mortgage to be paid off quicker. The recast will re-amortize your mortgage payment to lower that payment for you based off of the large principal payment you made and how much time is left on the loan. So that's a really popular product we're seeing more and more of.
Thank you, Kevin. And then there's also, just to add on top of this, there's something called the sale and leaseback that our sellers do have the advantage of doing. So another example is if someone wants to sell their property, but they haven't identified a new place to move into, or let's say they're building a new house, the house isn't ready yet, but they want the cash. So we can set up go live on the market, get the house listed, close on the property, get your cash in hand, but then you rent back your house from the buyer for a period of time that's negotiable. Typically it's, at market rent, at whatever that new buyer's mortgage payment's going to be, and it allows you to not put your stuff in storage, find a temporary place to live until your new future home is ready. The sale and leaseback is a very common thing that we're seeing. And depending on the area, if you have multiple offers in on your house, negotiating a sale and leaseback ends up being a little bit easier for your real estate agent to do for you. So let's talk a little bit about home inspections and repairs when it comes to selling your property. Depending on how old your house is, or if you really haven't done much maintenance to your home, we would encourage sometimes doing what we call a pre-home inspection, especially if your home is built with stucco. So a pre-home inspection essentially is like the same thing that a buyer would do if they were going through and purchasing a new house, but you would do it in advance of listing your home to really know what repairs need to be done. So if you have no idea the age of your roof, if you don't know how old your windows are, your electric, your plumbing, we can have one of our home inspector professionals come out there, do a full analysis, and give you a report on what stuff needs to be done. From there, we would advise you as to what is the best bang for your buck. What should you fix before you put your home up for sale that will yield you the most money back by making those repairs? Now, stucco is an interesting topic. It comes up a lot, whether it's the city or the suburbs. Stucco is a material that's prone to having water intrusion. There is a separate stucco test that we would encourage doing before listing your house for sale, because if you do list your house for sale that's built with stucco, and there's wood behind that stucco, most buyers are going to want to test the stucco. So it would be better to get ahead of that if there's an issue, because if there's an issue that comes up during a home inspection, you're under contract, you could be a month into the transaction and then find out that you have a stucco issue, and that could be up to 6 figures or even more to remediate that. So it's better to get ahead of it, figure that out, and then we can talk about some strategies to deal with any repairs if you don't have the money right now to fix these items that come up. Should you do these repairs now or wait, depending on what your strategy is? If you want to just sell this quick as is, there's a lot of times where you don't have to do any repairs, and we can target investors and some of our clients that want as is properties. They want it for a cheaper price because they're buying it as is with no repairs done. A lot of options with this type of stuff. So we will talk about repairs that need to be done before listing your house. There's some best practice stuff. In my experience in the years of selling real estate, we're just going to go surface level here, but the best return on your investment typically as a seller is to put any available money towards painting your home, getting it deep cleaned, replacing any hardware, whether it's door hardware, cabinet hardware, replacing light fixtures. So if you have older light fixtures in your house, whether it's on the inside of the property, the exterior of the property, putting new light fixtures go a long way. And then professional staging. We will talk about professional staging as well. What happens if you don't have the money to do any of this stuff? Well, we'll talk about what Compass offers. We have a phenomenal program at Compass that's called Concierge. I'll get to it on the next slide. And we'll talk about, well, what happens if you're living in the house, and what do you want to, what should you do making these repairs? So let me go to the next slide here. I'm going to show you guys a quick video as to what the Compass Concierge program is. Can you guys hear the audio? You guys hear the audio
No,
to
I
the video?
can't hear.
All right, give me a sec. Can you hear the
Still
audio or no?
nothing. No.
Hold on. All right, I think we're having some audio issues here, but I'll drop the link to the video in the chat, and I'll talk to you guys briefly about what Compass Concierge is. Let's go back here. Sorry about that. All right. So let me just drop the link in the chat here. Sorry about that, guys. So Compass Concierge is essentially a program to handle all the repairs we just spoke about at no cost to you as the seller. So how does that work? Compass will front the money for your repairs as long as there's enough equity in the property. And that will cover items such as painting, staging, replacing hardwood floors, anything and everything that you can pretty much think about when it comes to home repairs. Compass Concierge will help you do at no cost to you. The money will come out at the settlement table. So if you utilize Compass Concierge, it is a 0% loan that Compass provides you to do these repairs on your property. And then at the settlement table, when you're closing, essentially the money will come out of the equity that you have in the house. Compass will have a line item on your settlement sheet to get paid back dollar for dollar as to what you spent on your property. The concierge money goes a long way. It helps us help our sellers achieve the maximum price for their home, even when they don't have the money in their bank to necessarily make these repairs that can get them there. If you look at this slide here, here's some before and after examples of what the concierge program has done for some of our clients in the Compass network. This is the same exact space, believe it or not, and just repainting cabinets, replacing hardware, changing out appliances, maybe putting on a backsplash. You can use the concierge money for all of this. You just borrow the money, 0% interest, do all of these upgrades to your home, get a higher sales price, and then it comes out at the settlement table from your proceeds. It's really, really one of the best programs that we have at Compass that sets us apart from any other brokerage here in the area. See what's next here. We'll go into staging and some before and after stuff. But let's say you're in a house and you just have tons and tons of stuff. You've been in your home for 30 years. Your kids moved out. You have all of their kindergarten projects in the basement, whatever it is, but you have a ton of stuff. We, as your agent, can help you navigate that process because our goal is to get you the most money for your house. We can help you get your stuff to a storage unit. We can help get an estate company out there and set up a moving sale for you. We can help you get your stuff posted on Facebook Marketplace or Nextdoor, which is a neighborhood app that allows you to go on and communicate with the neighbors around you. And we can talk to you about some strategies. Maybe if you're financially able to move and get out of your house first, and then we can help you with the turnover and the renovation work. It really allows you to get out of there. You're not going to live in the property during any renovations going on, and we can put your best foot forward and get that property fully turned over, get your flooring replaced, get the house repainted, get anything that needs to be done before the house goes up on the market for sale. First impressions are everything in real estate. On the seller side, it is very important for you to put your best foot forward the first day that you're on the market. And photography and media goes a very long way, which I'll talk about here in the next couple slides. So what is staging? That term is thrown out a lot, but what staging really is having a professional design company come in and either utilize your furniture and spruce it up, or they'll come in with professional furniture, as you can see here in the images, and make the house feel lived in. It really sets that first impression, especially on a vacant house. If you're selling a house that is not lived in, you've already moved out, staging will yield you the highest price. It's been proven over and over again that staging your property will help you sell it for a higher price point. I have some examples of if just a property here, and this is one image, but what it looked like staged before and what it looked like staged after. I'm not going to spend time going through all the photos, but if you do want more information about staging and what it will do and how much it costs, just reach out, email us, message us through our social media channels, and I'll get you more info. Also, regarding pricing, depends on how big your house is, but the most impact areas that we traditionally have our clients stage is the first point of entry. A lot of times it's that living room, that family room, your kitchen, and then potentially the master bedroom. If you have a home in the suburbs and you have a bunch of bedrooms and a basement and family room and excuse me, all this extra space, we'll consult you on what the best use of your money is. The beautiful thing with staging is you can use the Compass Concierge program for this. So no money out of your pocket until the closing table. All right, let's talk about the power of photography. Photography and pricing are the two most important things when it comes to selling a house. When working with a professional real estate agent, we don't use our iPhones. We're not coming through and taking pictures of your house on our cell phone. We have third-party media vendors that we work with that do a phenomenal job highlighting your property. Depending on the type of property you have and where it's located, at the very minimum, you're going to get professional photos, you're going to get drone photos, aerial shots, sometimes sunset photos, floor plans, and we can even do a virtual 3-day tour of your property. The photos here, I'll show you guys an example. This is the impact of professional photography. This was all done with one of our preferred media vendors, and this is one of our listings in the city. This sold for over asking price. We had a lot of interest in this house because the photos just turned out absolutely incredible, especially the drone photography at the end. Video tours, we do a full video tour of inside and outside. We have our drones come in. They'll do, if you have a couple acres of land, they'll do a full aerial shot of your home. It really is amazing. Photography goes a long way. And we, as your real estate agent, if we decide to work together, we pay for all of the photos. There is not a cost to our sellers for photos. The only cost to us, our seller, would be any repairs and staging done. All of the marketing falls on your real estate agent to handle for you. Compass is also a unique real estate brokerage where we offer the opportunity for our sellers to list their house off market. Why would this be valuable to a seller? There is sometimes a circumstance where a seller knows they want to move, whether there's a life event happening or some other event in their life or something, but not quite yet. So there's a move in the future, but they don't want to list their house because they don't want their neighbors to know they're selling. They don't want to cause any drama in the family. So we would help you navigate that, and we would list your house as what we call a private exclusive. It would be an off-market listing that we, as your real estate agent, would be able to market for you internally throughout the Compass network with thousands of other real estate agents to see if we can find you a buyer before the general public finds out. No one on Zillow will know about your house. No one on any of those real estate websites besides us and the Compass network. As you get closer to wanting your house to be on the market live for the public, we can also help you go coming soon, which is a pre-marketing phase before you go live on the actual market to the public. And then we will help you understand the value of your house before any of this even happens. So if you want to know what your options are, if you're thinking about selling, even if it's a year from now, talk to us because we may be able to sell your house in today's market, which is very busy right now, there's a lot of people wanting houses in certain areas and not even make it a public sale. It's very valuable if you want to keep things private. Another thing to keep in mind is if you want to sell potentially right now or maybe next year in the winter, come spring market, let your real estate agent come out here, take photos of all of your landscaping, get nice photos during the spring or summer, even if you are planning to list in the fall or winter. So it's important to have a consultation with your real estate agent, even if you are planning to sell down the line. We, as a real estate professional, develop a custom step-by-step plan for every one of our sellers. And it's unique. We have a unique marketing plan and a unique sales plan with every single one of our clients. And we'll walk you through it. We'll hold your hand. But this is where we, as your advisor and consultant, come in to help you navigate this process, understand what your options are, and get you the most amount of money in the quickest amount of time with as little headache as possible. That is our goal. So I will show you guys an example of how in-depth we get with our marketing plans for our clients. This is a recent client that we've helped. He's about to list his house in the city. Get this out of the way here. Every one of our sellers will have a specific strategy to their house. What we're going to do before it goes live, what we're going to do as it's about to get live, and what we're going to do while your property is live on the market. As a breakdown, we'll have timelines. When's the photographer going to come? When is the videographer going to come? When is my neighbor going to find out that I'm selling? What's going to happen when the property's live? What's going to happen with showings? When are people going to be coming in and out of my house? How about open houses? How about brokers open? We will cater this based off our custom marketing plan with all of our clients. We'll help you strategically price your property based off your goals. It's important for us to know your goals. Where are you moving? How soon do you want to get there? Do you want a buyer to do home inspections? Do you want this to be a quick as is sale? This is everything that we will talk to you about as your consultant. Another really nice thing that we do for our sellers is we utilize social media, we utilize the internet, and we get beautiful electronic ads printed throughout numerous online resources to get your properties the most exposure. Digital advertising is something that we do a phenomenal job in. We don't place your house in the newspaper anymore. Those days are long gone. We utilize the internet, we utilize social media, and that helps us get you the most exposure possible on your house. So we spoke about the custom marketing plan. Reach out to us if you want us to give you an idea of what your house is worth, how we would market it for you, and who your target buyer and demographic is going to be. And we will come up with a step-by-step guide to getting your house sold. What is your house worth? Going back to what I just said, I will show you how we figured this out. This is what we call a CMA. This is a comparative market analysis that we use to help you identify what your house is worth. We will take your property and we will compare it to other houses in the immediate area that are similar in size, quality, bedrooms, bathrooms, etc. We will take all of this data and we'll analyze it, and we will give you our recommendation based off the condition of your house, based off the current market as to what your property is worth. We'll look at it on a square footage basis, a bedrooms and bathrooms basis. We'll tell you the average days on market for your neighboring properties, and we'll give you the listing averages. And we'll take all of these comps, comparable sales, and we'll help you identify and understand what your market value is for your specific property. Excuse me. While your property is listed, another really unique tool that we provide our clients is what we call a private collection. When your house is live on the market, we will set you up with a live, either day by day or weekly update on any other houses that come up either in your zip code, in your neighborhood. We can get as granular as we want, so you know while your house is listed, who else is on the market and who else are you competing with at that time, to help you as the seller stay informed of the market while your house is listed. So that is pretty much everything that I have. I wanted to save some time for questions and answers. I want you guys to jump in here, introduce yourselves if you want to ask us any questions. Want to just express my gratitude for you guys joining tonight and being a part of this virtual call. This is the first time that we're running this event. We're going to be hosting this at least once a quarter, if not more. Make sure that you follow us on social media. We have a lot of helpful videos and topics. Check us out on YouTube. Reach out to us, email us. You should be able to contact us directly through the Eventbrite link if you got the Eventbrite link. Anything, just message me and we'll get you any info that you need. So with that being said, I'm going to open the floor up for questions. Does anyone have any questions that I can help them answer? Anything specific? Any certain situations that you're faced with that you want to answer to right now while we're here live tonight? Shay, Colleen, I'll put you guys on the spot. You guys have any questions that we can help you guys answer tonight? Ross, Kevin, any specific questions? Cool. Well, I'll hang on for a couple minutes. Feel free to jump off if you guys have to run. Just want to say thank you so much for joining this event. I hope it was helpful. Hope you guys got some good understanding of what it's like to sell your house. We're here to help you. So any questions, just reach out. Have a great night, everyone. Enjoy the weekend. And I'll be on here for a couple minutes. So just feel free to unmute yourself and speak up if I can help in any way.
Thank you, Gordon. Very good